R&B Money. We up. Tank. J Valentine. We are the authorities on all things R&B.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tank.
I'm J Valentine.
This is the R&B Money Podcast, the authority on all things R&B.
Yes, sir.
My guy can do all things.
You better be able to play. You better be able to play it.
All things. Can you write it?
Can you write it?
Can you produce it? All things. Can you DJ it?
Huh.
Can you perform it?
Huh?
All things. Your guy's not better than my guy because my guy is MyGuyMars. Make some noise.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Truly gifted.
Love.
True. And what's crazy is that, hold on, how did you get the name MyGuyMars?
Okay, so it started with Mars. My name is Lamar. So I've always been known to do things different than most people. Or if, with our production company or, our band, they're like, yo, let's try it this way. I'm like, let's try it the left way. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was always me doing that. So that kind of came like, you know what? I'm gonna call you Mars. You just not on this world. My homegirl Tavia from the Ivy Sisters. She was like, yo, I'm gonna call you Mars. You always going against everything that, I'm like, I like that. You know what I'm saying? So I just started, it was just Mars. And the My Guy thing came from Tyrese, believe it or not.
My God. It sounds it makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah, it was like Underdog days, whatever. And yeah, it just kind of happened like that.
I feel like my guy is organic to you, period.
Yeah.
Like anytime somebody says, Mars? Oh, my guy Mars?
Yeah.
That's my guy. It follows.
Yeah, fact.
With,
It does.
nigga, that's my guy. Nigga, that's, and that's like universal,
Right.
where everybody says, that's my guy. And that's
sure.
hard to have in this industry and in these streets where everybody has that kind of reverence.
Yeah. That
to
mean people fuck with you.
How dope of a guy you are. People really, really fuck with you.
Man, it's amazing. I mean, outside of like saying it and endorsing it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's one of the main things too, like being known for, saying it, like, and the sentiment of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I think that kind of like plays a lot into just the name, but it's like more of like the experience or like what I represent, rather.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Absolutely. Because I haven't met anyone who's had a bad experience with you.
there it is.
That's real
Love.
shit.
Yeah, that's real shit. I haven't.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's somebody out there that can't wait to comment in the comment. Nah, see, I'm telling you, that nigga.
Like, I can't wait. I can't wait to address it or to apologize.
Yeah,
One or the other.
we will address you.
You hear me?
Because this is our guy.
Yes, sir.
Mars.
Yes, sir.
Love.
You do everything, bro.
Almost.
Like you're as Jay likes to say, you're a real Swiss Army knife.
That part. Nah, man. I
And the
appreciate
rooms
it.
you've been in, that you've been creative in, your input has been necessary. As you say, you have this thing where you're able to see something completely different than what everybody else is seeing.
Right.
And your discography reflects that. Like I can hear it. I know left when I hear it.
No facts.
You know what I'm saying? I know when a nigga is not right in his mind. You know what I'm saying? Making some shit. I'm like, why would he? Oh, it's Mars.
But that's what makes you
Mars
stand
is
out
the
in
room.
music, though.
Yeah.
No
Honestly,
facts.
and being able to stand on that ledge sometime. Because, it's easy for niggas to be like, man, I don't fuck with that, and now I don't fuck with him. Because
Right.
this shit is too, you know what I mean? But
Right.
you're well versed in what you do as well. It's not like you're just some guy who's just, since everybody is saying this, I just want to say something different. No, I actually can break it down to you.
As to why.
Exactly.
I have the information.
Exactly.
Because everybody don't got the information. And to get the information, you got to do time in this shit.
And that's, I think that's the important part. I think that's something that isn't as present, you know what I'm saying, nowadays, because a lot of people, you can fast track your way to success.
Go ahead and tell them
So
that they
talk
taking a
about
shortcut.
You can
on.
fast track your way to success nowadays, and it was like, I literally was privileged enough, and that's why I think this is amazing and beautiful, because it's like I was influenced by and have been influenced by both of you. You know what I'm saying? In different ways. And I also have been able to work and see you work. You know what I'm saying? So it's like back then, if I was just talking about this earlier, if you wasn't in the room, you didn't know what was going on in the room.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't have the phones and, you know what I'm saying? All of that shit. It was like,
I wish a nigga would pull out a camera back in them days.
And Michael
I would have
Jackson
slapped that shit. So I would have slapped that phone down so fast.
Like,
Quincy in this joint, you see Quincy right there. Quincy Jones, he's scoring shit.
It's like,
He's
wow.
scoring shit.
And there go Mike. There go Mike. Stop messing with your nose, man. Stop messing with, your nose is fine. Everybody tell Mike his nose is fine. Like
We live in a wild time.
That's what's going on now. You know what I'm saying? And it distracts, the process, as well as just like, you just don't get the same education. You know what I'm saying? I got to see the education. I got to see you guys writing the songs. I got to see Harvey vocal producing. I got to see Damon doing his shit. I got to see like how the greatest songs that people love are made. And the songs that I grew up listening to are made. And, being a church musician, being somebody that's told coming into the industry, all right, you can't do this, you can't do that. I was doing all the left shit. And the left shit really is just like your experience, like your character, who you are. And
your identity of
church gangster shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I ain't a gang member, but it's like being around niggas that, I can tell their stories musically. That's how you, be able to create a sound for Nipsey, or be able to be the only producer that Nipsey would endorse, or the only production company that Nipsey would endorse, and all the music had to come through us. You know what I'm saying? Because we understand the experience. We understand who the artist is. We know how to convey it. And it may be something that gravitates to him, or something that he likes about the beat, but it's like, how can we put it into, our terms? How can it be in LA on Crenshaw? How can it sound like it look? You know what I'm saying? So I think that was the dope thing that I got to see from y'all, was like the experience. And then I was able to take that and practice that and have it take you down, and you know what I'm saying? All of these different moments that I'm practicing and like witnessing this shit in real time. And that's the experience and the shit that I advocate now, is like for people to really educate themselves. Now we got YouTube. You can literally go look at 1,000 videos on anything.
There's no
you
reason
want.
not to have any type of education on any subject for that matter.
But let's talk about that then. Let's go back. Right? Let's go back to South Central. Let's go back to LA in the beginning for you. As Tank says, when someone, or when you yourself identified that you were going to be special in this thing, and this is something that you wanted to do with your life. Because this isn't always everybody's choice.
Right.
Especially when you're a little kid, and I've known you a long time.
Right.
You've always been in music. It's been years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you've done your 10,000 hours.
No facts.
2 or 3 times. You know what I mean? Like, you've done it. You know what I mean? So, can you give us, just a rundown of growing up in LA, growing up in the church, and then what y'all grew up around this whole time?
My experience of church was different, because my dad was like the nigga in gospel. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the nigga in gospel.
I'm just saying, like, he was the person, and it's like, I see a lot of him in myself now. You know what I'm saying? Looking back, but he like, had an album, started a record company with my name in 1988. But he was the only person that was like bringing Thomas Whitfield out here, bringing John P. Key, bringing Fred Hammond, bringing, you know what I'm saying? He was cool with all of these people. He was the only person on Matty Moss Clark album that wrote a song. Like, she writes all her music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But she loved my dad so much, she took his song, took him under, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So this was like a whole thing.
What's your pop's name?
Clifton Edwards.
Clifton Edwards, okay.
Clifton Edwards Jr. So, and I just seen Uncle Charlie, and he like, man, I know who you are. You Clifton son. And, you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, because people know me in that world from that. But growing up, it was like, I didn't know who none of them niggas was. I just know I'm in church, and this sounds crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like this, like I grew up around these
They were
people.
the upper echelon of music.
Yeah, it wasn't like a regular
The
church
highest
where
level
niggas
of
sing.
gospel
Like,
music.
They were the highest level. Yeah.
bruh, and they're doing concerts.
And this your dad's church?
This is my grandfather's church.
Your grandfather's church, okay.
My dad was, working there, minister of music, doing, all of that, and doing concerts and stuff. So how I met Warren was my cousin, DeWine, David, Gromiko, Warren, and Joy were in the group, Souls of Zion, and my dad let them, perform at the church. So that was like they first, the Johnson sisters, you know what I'm saying? So this is how I know them moving on. But this was my 4 years old, 5 years old, being
Introduction.
around. Yeah, like
you getting exposed to the gas.
And I'm like, what is going on? So I'm just around the drums every day. Like I just know I want to be a part of something over here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I start being around the drums, start playing the drums. Around like 4 or 5, I could, play the drums, standing up, whatever, carry a service. Then my dad did another live recording around like 10 or 11. My first live recording. I want my son to play. You know what I'm saying? So all the pressure on me, I'm like, okay, cool. I play, do the live recording. Then somebody donates the organ to the church. That Sunday, I'm playing the drums. My dad is like, Lamar, get on the organ.
You've never played before,
Never played
ever.
the organ, ever. I played the piano a little bit.
But that is a very different instrument.
Yeah.
He like, Sister Fanny donated the organ, boom, boom, boom. Lamar, get on the organ. I'm like, what? So I go on the organ, and he just starts singing. Singing Amazing
you
Grace.
just start following.
No, I did not.
No.
I was sweating bullets. I was like, what? I'm looking at drawbars, and it's two different kids.
Did you feel a set of arms come across your shoulders? Like, let me
It was
get in
none
here.
of that. The pulpit was over there, and the organ was all the way over here. And to add insult to injury, my dad, thinking he's helping, is calling out all the things I should play. So you telling the audience in the church, the whole church, that I don't know what I'm doing, while I'm figuring out that I don't know what I'm doing, and then gonna make me play the song like E flat. No, that's E flat major. Okay, yep. 2 F minor. Like he doing that through the whole song.
Wow.
Instead of just going over there and playing it himself. I hold the mic like
Middle of service.
That's a different
right
type
before
of
he
school.
preached.
That's
So
a different type of school of
after
hard
that,
knocks.
every day I went to the church and I practiced the organ. And it's my favorite instrument now, but that was like the first time I played. So, by that time, I had figured out, okay, I got a drum set, I got keys, and it's an organ at the church. So every Christmas and birthday, I'm going to ask for a different instrument. So that's kind of how I started learning how to play everything else. But once I got to the point of making beats, it was on accident. Somebody else donated the keyboard to the church.
Shout out to the donations.
Matter of fact, it was
Shout out to the donations.
my dad's friend Ron Thomas. Shout out to Ron Thomas. So he donates the Trinity to the church.
Come on, that Trinity.
I'm playing in the Trinity. I'm in the vibe. Now I'm playing keys. Me and my cousin Armand, rest in peace. It's a 2-band, but it sounds like it's 4 or 5 of us. Like I'm playing. I got it figured out now. One day I'm at the church and I accidentally pressed the record button, like the sequence button. And it just went to a whole nother screen and I was like, oh shoot, like I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to get back or nothing. So I'm just like trying to figure it out. And that's how I start like learning how to make beats. And it was never like, let me do what I'm thinking. It was like, all right, let me see if I can do something like the radio. So I'm practicing Crush on You. Yeah. But I'll practice Crush on You until I get it like immaculate, like exactly
So
like the record, like the sounds
at the church. Yeah,
you feel me?
You practicing Crush on You at the church?
Yeah,
I'm practicing the music.
Yeah.
I mean,
to Crush on You.
Listen,
I should be trying to figure out what you church niggas be doing.
I wasn't.
I played 12 play during offering. So
I played 12 play.
We all played something during offering. We all had a girlfriend or something and did a little shout out like, hey, you hear me playing
That was
G1?
for you, baby.
Yeah, I was playing So Anxious. My dad, keep it church.
Keep it church.
Like, how you know what it is then, nigga?
9 o'clock.
I'm playing it. I'm like, I'm supposed to be getting away with this. How you're not even supposed to know what this is?
Yeah, keep it church now.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
My dad was on my head. But Damn, you made me lose my train of thought.
You started sequencing.
Yeah, I was crush on you. So so boom, I finally get it dope, and I'm like, before service, I'm like having my homies come around, like, hey, look, tell me what this is, boom, boom, boom. Or then I start asking them, hey, tell me what beat should I make? So that's kind of how I start like making beats. But I never really thought about like making beats for artists. I never thought about producing like my own nothing. I just was just making music. And after I graduated high school early. My dad was very adamant about getting me out the house. So he's like, his thing was like, when we wear the same size, one of us got to go. So he's like,
shit.
Wow.
Yeah, so
my son wear my size. Damn, I'm about to kick him out. You got to kick him out now. He ain't finished with school yet.
According to the rules of Mars,
that's why I graduated early. I'm like, okay, well, I had independent study. This is like, I don't even want to go into the whole thing, but the short version is my dad low key thought I was special because the teachers would always say, Lamar is so bright and he always does great on all of his work, but he's always like beating and doing stuff in class. And like in my head, we didn't have no voice recorders, we didn't have no phones, no voice memos, none of that. So I always had beats that I heard and try to like do the beat from first period to second, all the way until I got to the church. Then when I get to the church, I can record the beat.
Yeah.
But I can't explain that to you. You can't even talk back to your parents.
They have no
so
idea.
It was like
a Robert Glasper moment.
So I'm like, just going through this. And then I go through, the whole thing where I'm sitting in a class with, people with helmets and all kinds of, and I'm like, I know I'm not supposed to be here, but this, then it gets to
you was in the class
that's
with the
what
little
I'm telling
TV,
you.
with
Robert
that little television.
Him and Robert Glasper was in there tapping.
Oh, y'all was watching Home Alone? Oh, man, these schools don't know, man.
Bruh, it was a crazy experience, bro. And I mean, It didn't last long because my mom, thank God for my mom, a praying mom and a wonderful, my mom is the best.
Yeah.
She's like, I probably wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for my mom.
Get my son out this little TV room.
She's like, if you don't get, So, later I went on independent study, and Nissan calls me to go out for Aaliyah.
Shout out to Nissan.
And
my brother.
I was like 16, and I was like crazy about Aaliyah. My dad already knew, so he like talked to Nissan like, yeah, no, Lamar got to finish his school. Like he can't, boom, 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 boom. So I'm like, all right, cool. So doing my schoolwork, boom, boom, boom. Then I'm about to finish graduating. Of course, the tragic thing happened.
Yeah.
And I'm like high-key mad at my dad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I like really was like, dang, like I just want to make music. You know what I'm saying? Like because that was the only thing that was like would take me away from I had a keyboard in my room. I'd just be in there all day long, just playing, calling homies. Hey, what's this chord? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like it was no Instagram. It was very like experimental. You know what I'm saying? So saying all that to say, when I graduated, I finished school early, and I moved. Though I was in Lancaster, so we moved from Inglewood, 92nd and Van Ness to Lancaster. Finished school out there, did school out there, and then I came back out here to North Hollywood. Met this lady at the bank the first day I set up my bank account. She was trying to hit on me. I found out later as I got older, but she was, oh, where you going? Boom. Long story short, yeah, I got a studio across the street. I'm like, all right, cool.
She had a studio across the street.
She had a studio. Her and her husband owned it. So she's like, yeah, come to the studio. I have one producer there, but, he's kind of hardly there, whatever. The producer ends up being D-Smoke's cousin, which I don't know at the time. C-Note. Yeah. So I get to the studio. They got all this shit in there. I lose my shit. I just start going crazy. And she like, oh, yeah. She called her husband, boom, boom, boom. All right, so look. If you can get us 15 beats like a year or like a beat a month, then you can have the studio for free. This is like I just met this lady. So I'm like, all right, cool. She give me the keys. I go in the studio that night. I make the 15 beats that night. I burn it on CD. This is what CD is. I think it was like 18. Burn the CD, gave it to her. Boom. Now I'm in the studio.
It's yours.
My studio. Me and C-Note, shared it. Like he'll be in there every now and again, but I was in there like pretty much all the time. This is where the weed and all the shit comes in because the homies start coming through. I got my own studio. I'm here just making music.
How old are you? You fresh out of high school?
I'm 17.
Oh, you ain't even 18 yet.
Yeah, 17. So I'm staying up the street by that Denny's. I was signed to Warren.
I know exactly.
I was signed to Warren to my block. So we would go. Well, this was later. Later, I got signed to Warren, but before, Fever is right around the corner, right? So my apartment is right there by the Denny's.
So are you a church musician at this point?
Yeah.
You playing in the church? That's how you surviving.
I played in the church from the whole time. Okay. But like once I started getting paid, it was probably around like 15, 16 or something like that.
What you making at the church?
My dad was paying me like, at first, it was like, we'll give you like $75, then you get $100 and then, no, we was getting $75. Then my uncle was like, yo, you mind if I take Lamar to this church down the street before church? It's only for like, an hour. So he's like, yeah, you can go, whatever. So I go and do the church gig. They paying me $100. I come back and talk to the pastor, which is my dad.
Like my guy.
My guy.
My guy's paying me.
They paying the $5 over here.
Yeah.
I need the $5. You hear me? He ain't trying to pay the $5.
Yeah.
My guy, what are you doing? So that's how I, start getting leverage and then
negotiations.
Yeah. And then obviously other pastors would come and, preach and, man, your son is yeah, he could come play at my church. I'll give him $350. And I'm hearing the conversations. Yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm seeing my value. Like, oh, this is okay. Like, so when I move out, it was one of those pastors that was like, that had a church that was like, yo, man, if you move, boom, boom, I hit him up. So now I'm making like, I think he was giving me like $600 a week.
What?
And like my rent was
Tank
like,
is so jealous right now.
My rent was
so I'm not going to
well,
look
it was
over
like
there.
it was like
he's hot.
It was $250 a service. We did 2 services on that Sunday, and then I had to go like play praise and worship for like 10 minutes for like $150 or something like that.
He was balling in the church.
I never got more than $150 for an entire Sunday.
These were different times though, too, Tank.
No, it's the same Jesus.
Well, see, won't he do it?
It's the same. It's the same streets of gold. Only if you let.
Tank didn't let him.
Them same gold streets. They was telling me, Lord, they have no money.
Come on, man.
Okay, so you making a nice. You know what I mean?
No, you doing all right.
15 to 17. You making a nice little check.
So the first two checks, my rent is paid. The other 2 checks, I'm just whatever. So start smoking, making beats and shit, and then around this time is when I went to play for some lady. I think it was Nisa Shanae. I went to play for somebody at Bishop Blake's church, who's my mom's cousin.
Bishop Blake is your mom's cousin?
Yeah,
that's great.
So, well, technically my cousin.
Yeah.
So I go up to the church and I'm thinking like, oh yeah, that's my cousin, whatever. And at this time, I've always been like a fashionable guy, but I was going through a different phase at this time. This was like very neo soul, Bilal. I had the head wrap, like the t-shirt, you know what I'm saying? I was in the vibe. But walking in church like that, I always had glasses, but they like, nigga, do you know you at church? Like people would look at me like, do you know you at church? Like, but my dad is the pastor. So it's like,
you get that off
absolutely.
At y'all church.
Because like, come as you are. So I go every other place exactly like Mars. And Bishop Blake ain't having that shit. He told somebody, hey, tell him to take them sunglasses off. You know what I'm saying? So somebody come over and tell me to take the sunglasses off, whatever. I'm up in the pulpit. This is the story of 1500 or nothing. And I walk over to the organ. No, before I walk over to the organ, there's some dudes that's in the hallway. They're just, sitting there talking, whatever. It gets quiet when I get over there. As it does always, because I already know they talking about me, whatever, something, this nigga, whatever. So I get on the organ, do my shit, and then I get up. about to leave. These niggas, yo, what's your name, bro? Where you? So we start talking, boom, boom, exchange information. That was Chuck, Bam, Jonathan, which was my friend that I was talking to earlier, that I played on the keys on the phone. And that's how I like met, Rance and everybody else. So he was like, yo, you should come to Mars studio. He got a studio, in the Valley. So after the church thing, they come to the studio, you know what I'm saying? We go to the studio, make beats, whatever. And so now we, forming the friendship, you know what I'm saying? We get called later because we start playing as a band for Fame. So now we playing as a church band for Fame, for the church.
Yeah.
Bobby Valentino manager comes in there one day and he's like, yo, I got this kid, boom, boom, boom. Shout out to Poon. He's like, yeah, I got this kid. I want y'all to do, this thing and see if whatever. So we end up doing the showcase. James is the background singer. Alex.
This was for Bobby to get his solo deal.
Yes.
So this is after Blackberry Molasses.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
It was somebody else. I want to say it was Brittany Jackson, Brittany Burrell. But, and then the initial band, Bam, myself, Jonathan, Lorenz, Chuck, Brody. So we do the show. We do the show like 2 times. Crazy. Like we killing it. Bobby go over there and, sorry, Bobby, the truth hurts sometimes. Bobby go over there and tell the people like something. They come over here and they like, yeah, James, you gotta go. Why James gotta go? You know why James gotta go. He's singing the shit out of these backgrounds. How the fuck we gonna focus on the artist and y'all over there singing the shit out of the song?
He gotta go.
He gotta go, bro.
He was singing too much lead.
Too much lead in the background.
And all of this shit like plays into my production later because I'm not even thinking about producing. I'm still not even thinking about producing for nobody. I'm just making music. So I'm like, damn. Which now, when you do demos, when you do certain shit, you don't out-sing singers, But we was just young niggas doing our shit. So,
yeah.
Boom, whatever. He ended up keeping the background singers he had. I don't know if it was BJ or J Black. It might have been J Black. But anyway, long story short, they like, yeah, man, y'all killed it. Whatever. We end up doing it. Like, how much y'all want? Or how y'all want to do it? What's the name of y'all band? So Chuck like, look, cuz, we need 1,500. And he like, oh no, he said, how much? He's like, look, cuz, we need 1,500. He's like, all right, cool. So do y'all take a check or y'all want cash? Or like, what's the name of y'all band? And while he's saying what's the name of y'all band, Chuck is like, look, like he's pressing him. Like, he's like, yo, what's the name of y'all? Hey, cuz, it's 1,500 or nothing. He's like, oh, that's a dope name.
He don't even know he's being pressed
at all. So that's how the name 1,500 or nothing was like birthed.
As a fee.
As a fee.
As a fee and a press.
I love it.
A fee and a press.
Slight press. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how the name happened. That's how, the structure and everything. And then like from there, it was just like making music and just, everybody doing their own shit. Like Brody start, working, branching out. Everybody as they learned everything and we start, making music together as a brand. Then we all start learning like, we need to grow and do different things like individually. You know what I'm saying? So that's why Brody is just whooping ass. James, everybody's whooping ass. You know what I'm saying? Doing their shit. I just think it's very like important just for the people that always ask me like man, or it's people that say like, man, I wish I had, people around me and, I wish I had, it's like, God will give you those things once you're able to accept the responsibility of those things. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because those relationships come with responsibility.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And like the music industry is, for all you artists out here, is very fucked up. Yeah. It's not the glamorous shit. You know what I'm saying? You see all the time. Like people ain't gonna just show you the fucked up shit. People always show the bomb shit.
Well, once you see the video, you don't see the making of the video. Like that was a separate piece of content. But even when they showed the making of the video, they didn't really show you the making of the video.
What goes into it.
They didn't show you the fucked up shit. They even glamorized that part of it to make you feel like, oh, it's always sweet.
Facts.
No, sir.
And that's why I think like, that's why I've been very like, adamant about using these platforms and like, to educate, you know what I'm saying, and inspire people, because it's like we've heard a million of the, yeah, I'm the shit, man. You just got to trust God and just keep working. You know what I'm saying? It's like we get that. Like it's a lot of people that, but it's like to really understand that you have to put your all into this shit. You might not have no money. You have to invest into this shit. Like it's no excuses. Like if this is something that you love, and with this whole story that I've told, I've never told you I worked at no place. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never had a job ever. Yeah. The job was me being paid from giving my gift back to the person that gave it to me, which is God. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like I think like just being paid in church is like, yeah, like okay, it's a service, you know what I'm saying? And now it's a whole nother thing, you know what I'm saying? It's a production now.
Oh yeah.
But like back then, it was just like you wasn't looking at church to really make a living. I never really looked at like what I was going to look at to make a living. I just knew I was going to always do music, you know what I'm saying? And I think with like having the goal and having the defined intention of what you want to do, that would kind of like give you the path. You shouldn't you shouldn't focus on the vehicle. Niggas be just wanting to get in the car just because they walking. And it's like you get in the car, whoever driving, you going wherever they going. You ain't going where you was, you know what I'm saying? Like you have to compromise because, hey bro, can you make a stop right here? No, I ain't going nowhere. What you gonna do? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You fucked up. Like, so it's like we have to tell people to, like, coming into this shit, protect yourself. We have to tell them the main things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, make sure that you protect your intellectual property. Like, I'm sure you've been sampled. Battle Cat is getting sampled. This shit is getting uncontrollable because people just take the music and just do whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
and it's so many platforms, it's hard to keep up with all of it.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So if they are educated enough to know the proper channels, some people just don't even know the proper channels. Yeah, they're just like, yo, I want to make music. You know what I'm saying? So I think like, having this platform, like, again, like, thank y'all for this, because this is very important. Even the commission thing, I was telling them the other day, I was listening to commission, and I'm like, let me just go check out, you know what I'm saying, just in case they hit me with some shit. I ain't gonna be ready for, I don't know, some stupid question. And now I'm like, commission, I'm like, oh, this is crazy. Yeah, I'm in the studio like, yeah, all right. Like, watch the whole 2 hours, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, where can you really get that? And just like coming from you, knowing that you've been influenced by, you know what I'm saying? Like, or people will assume like, man, they gotta have some whiness, he gotta have some commit, like this person should. And like being able to have those defined moments and those defined nuggets of like history that people can take, you know what I'm saying? That's very important. It's more essential than just like the entertaining shit, you know what I'm saying? So thank y'all again for that.
I think that, I think that even in that you decided you were always going to do music, I think you had said in your mind that whatever the work was, you were willing to do the work.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because the gift is the gift. But with that responsibility, being a good steward of that gift is the study.
Right.
And then it's the work.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And you've never stopped working, which is why you've never had another job.
Right.
But working. But the important part of you also figured out early, like, what would sustain you.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And, we talk about that because obviously, our podcast is to give information.
Exactly.
And to, tell people about the journeys of the guests and the people who've been here and in our journeys.
Right.
And, there's always this thing about a job. And for me, I always just go back to, you have to survive while you're trying to get to success.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and I think a lot of people look over that. I think they're, because yes, you didn't have a 9-to-5 job, but you had a job still.
Right.
You still had a job. You had something that was paying your bills.
Facts.
And I'm sure at some point, with you being able to have some extra money, it made it where you could have said no to something that could have been detrimental to your career.
Absolutely.
Or detrimental to your life.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because now you had something that you could fall back on.
Well, I mean, I think, yeah, you're right. But I think it's both. I think, like, it's not always just having the money to be able to say no. Because I've said no not having the money more than saying no with the money. So I think that's also a key point is, like, the sacrifice.
Yeah.
Like, nobody really talks about the sacrifice. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be broke some days. You know what I'm saying? Because the vision is to be wealthy, to inspire. I aspire to inspire, you know what I'm saying? And to leave a legacy and to make sure that I preach equity and obtain equity. I can't preach nothing that I don't have. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I'm the producer of Nip, I want to be doing stuff that TMC, we raising the flag and we go, let's talk about equity. And I'm taking everybody publishing.
Right.
How it's not the same. That don't add up.
Right.
So I'd rather be the person that doesn't do that and say, look, this is how you obtain equity. You should protect yourself, protect all your intellectual property, because, like, that shit be for real. Like, think of how many songs you've done. Think of how many. I'm sure you've had songs stolen. I'm sure you've had records that. I'm sure you had a name stolen. I'm sure you had, like, we've all had some shit.
You're going to point that out? He's sick. He's sick. I see where he's going with this.
I'm just saying, we've all got shit stolen, bruh. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that's like, no, because, like, the thing that's crazy about that is, like, niggas really go into like our people break down and go into, like, mental shit.
No, they do.
Because it's like,
yeah.
That's serious, bro. Like, mental health is serious. It's like, bro, like, you curating something or God giving you a gift, a vision, God giving you something, you know what I'm saying? And you either share it with somebody you trust or you start executing it, you know what I'm saying? And then somebody just
Try to walk with it. Eesh.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's important to talk about that because people just don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's, like, why I've been adamant about just inspiring and educating, opposed to, like, yeah, man, you know, it's cool to say I'm the only nigga that got a diamond with Kanye. That's really cool to say. But I would rather talk about all the shit we talking about now that's gonna change somebody's life. It's gonna be one person that's like, damn, I didn't think about that shit like that, or damn, you right, or this confirms how I was feeling. That's gonna make them be the next, Tank, the next you, the next me, and take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm more concerned about. You know what I'm saying? So,
and I think it's also great that you have the only diamond with Kanye.
I think so.
Helps people truly understand what in the fucks is going on.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
And when you talk,
they need to listen. They need to listen.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
and they still don't.
but you'll have that. You'll have that, and you can't stop giving the information because everybody doesn't.
Because you never know, you're gonna plant them
because
seeds.
some people do
exactly,
and it's real seeds being planted by what you do and what we do, and you just got to stay the course, right? So I know we jumped a little bit, but I want to go back to.
All them at the studio.
Yeah. You already know where I'm going.
I already know
because for us that is our introduction to you. You guys being on another floor.
Yeah.
When we had the Underdogs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And y'all popping up on that floor and us being like, man, these young niggas is cold.
Young savages.
You said y'all wasn't gang members, but I thought y'all was gang members. You know what I'm saying? I'm like these little gang member niggas, man. These niggas, I don't know where these church Crips come from, man, but this is really amazing. The gang banging in church on
rest
breakfast.
In peace,
okay?
my nigga Chuck, man.
Right?
Yeah,
Like, so no, it's funny when you tell that story and how it all came, full circle with the name and the whole thing, and somebody be impressed, because that was, for me, my introduction into church gangsters. I don't want to call y'all gang. Church street guys.
Church
right?
niggas, like
that church
real
niggas. Yeah, like really that, you know what I mean? Because it wasn't, I knew guys from the church, but I never seen it from a California sense, right? Because the Bay Area church is different than the LA church.
Right.
Sure.
Our churches is different.
No facts.
Like it's not like, you don't really do both in the Bay. Either you're a street nigga or you're a church nigga.
Yeah, that's
you're not
true.
a church street nigga in the Bay.
Yeah, that's true.
In LA, it mixes.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like literally, it mixes where it's like they was fresh on the block to now playing in the church.
Yep.
We don't got no gangster musicians. Not for us. I never knew them. Now, I'm sure some niggas that's gonna be in the comment like, nigga, I've been in the hood and playing the organ. Okay. I didn't know
you confirming everything.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
confirming the same thing for me, because that was the first time I saw it when I came to LA.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I was like, that nigga robs banks, and he can play a hell of an organ.
It's something different out here.
No.
It really is.
People in my band.
but it really is something different out here, though. You know what I mean? So, man, please tell a story, bro. Like, how did y'all get to the Edmonds building? How'd y'all get to the Edmonds building?
Honestly, like, to be truthful, Damon really took a liking to me and like the production and the stuff that I was doing at the time. It was I was a little. I've always been more musical, but at that time, like I told you, there was a lot of people that was telling me, when you produce, you can't do this, you can't, you know what I'm saying?
So what were they telling you not to do?
I mean, like, okay, so I was signed to Warren, right? And like, he was basically telling me like all the shit that I was doing was fire, but I have to find a way to make it fit.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what that meant at that time.
Right.
So I just equated that as don't do that shit.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it was like, all right, let me do something that's safe and, whatever around here. And I was doing whatever I wanted with joy. Like as far as not physically,
There's
but
no
with the
course,
music. And those songs were the songs that everybody was loving. Like I did a song called Energy, Carrie Hilson, like all these, it was just songs we were doing that everybody was like, yo, this sounds crazy. Mm-hmm. So Damon was hearing some, everybody was hearing these songs. And he was like, yo, I really love like, what you're doing, like your musicality, Damon. So
of course.
Once he seen that,
No, Damon has an amazing eye for talent. Amazing eye for talent and ear, you know what I mean? And understanding like who's next and like he's special in that space.
Yeah, so, for him to,
So do you meet Damon before you met Tyrese?
No. I met Tyrese first.
Okay.
And then
so Tyrese is how you got to the building there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we were kind of just like, of course we got the same parking lot. Mike is banging on me every day. The security guard. Who are you here to see? Mike, it's me again.
Okay.
He always pointing at shit.
Yeah. I know you.
So, as I'm going on the second floor, naturally, sometimes I see Tank, sometimes I see Eric.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to say nothing, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nigga, I love y'all music. Like, I didn't know what to do. So it was like, what do I do with my hands?
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck it. We just going in the rooms doing the shit. And one day I think I seen Damon and we were talking outside. And he was like, oh yeah, I know, Ain't you boom boom and Warren and da da da. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and the conversation, he like, man, come up to the floor. So we came up to the floor. What I didn't know was that you had to sign some shit and or be signed.
I didn't know that either.
I know that.
Yeah. when I came there. But y'all niggas was already the niggas. Y'all was already a part of the Underdog. So it was like for new niggas.
Yeah.
Oh nigga, you gotta when you come up here, you gotta sign some shit.
When you come on the floor.
Nigga, before you're not seeing it's a door that's closed. You don't know what's behind the door.
Yeah.
It's a desk. It's a nice young lady right there. Mm-hmm. Sign this shit and go past the shit.
Oh shit. Okay.
I never signed the shit.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I always called Damon and was like, yo, I'm right here at the
come get me. I want to sign this.
So, so that created the bond and the way that I was coming on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody else, I don't know. But that's how I like start, come in and just seeing what was going on and meeting Eric and, Tony and, you know what I'm saying? Start kicking it with Rob Knox, and Rob Knox kind of like showed me the play. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because he was there. All right, this is the room. Like, don't ever go in there. They always working in there. Boom, boom. That's when they writing. This is da-da-da. You can always come in my room, and that's Damon's room. All right, cool. All right, boom. And Damon come out. Hey man, you can go in my room. So I would just be in his room trying to figure shit out.
Big
And it was like,
speakers.
that's literally the Osburgers. Like that shit. And that's literally like where and how I made Take You Down. Because he just let me come up on the floor and I'm just, figuring shit out. Like, there was no reason for me to be there, but just to learn and be wowed by all the niggas that I respected.
Yeah.
So tell us the story behind Take You Down.
Yeah.
Take You Down. Okay. Yeah. I'm in Damon's room and I went downstairs to get high because you can't smoke in the studio, which I hated. So I went downstairs, propped the door, get high or whatever. I come upstairs and I hear the beat in my head while I'm smoking and shit. So I'm like, all right, cool. I just hear that like I hear that shit. So I'm like, all right. So I go back upstairs. I don't know this shit because I do, MPCs and keyboards and shit. This was my introduction to using a DAW. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A digital audio workstation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we were using Logic. So it's just a keyboard and Logic. I'm like, fuck, let me just hear. So I'll just go through the shit. I think it was some Rob Knox kits loaded in there. I'm just doing shit until I find the shit that I, do. So I do that shit, do the beat, build out the rest of it. It's just going. And then I get to the part where I want to go to the next section and the MIDI sustain is like just going, and I don't know how to fix it.
Yeah, got you. Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't want to say I'm too prideful, but I didn't want to go
and tell somebody
fuck these niggas session up or ask one of you elite ass niggas.
Hey guys,
sustain. I'm on the bench over here. How do you open this Gatorade? Like, you know what I'm saying?
How do you open this Gatorade?
Fuck nah. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna figure this shit out. So I'm up there just trying to figure it out, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna just move all the shit to it just die out. So on the part, so that stays. So when it does the dun 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 dun, and then it's like dun.
Oh shit!
Here we are. That wasn't on purpose. That was a real accident, and I just didn't want to tell niggas like I accidentally did that, or how do you fix that? Like, nobody said nothing. I'm like, oh my god, I ain't saying nothing.
They like it.
Just add the bubbles, add new bubbles after they're sustained. I already know what you're talking about.
I'm like, what the fuck? So I didn't know how to drag, go cut, splice the shit. I didn't know, so when I get to that part after I paste it, I, play it again, I turn it up a little bit. Damon comes in the room, like literally like 7 minutes after I'm like doing it. He's like, yo, what is this? I'm like, I don't know, like shit, just I'm trying to do something. He's like, this is going on Chris Brown. And then he walked out the room. No cap. And I was like, nigga, yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking in my head like that never happens. Right. Like nobody tells you like, I'm gonna do this. And then they do it.
Yeah.
Nah, that doesn't happen. So I just finished the shit and didn't know that Damon took what I did. They finished it, did the bridge, went up in A. Yeah. Harvey, they went, and y'all end up writing, doing all the shit. And I'm on the second floor, regular business. And my lawyer called me like, hey, do you have a single coming out on Chris Brown? I was like, no, I don't. Well, do I? I remember the conversation. I was like, no, I don't think so. I was like, wait, do I? He was like, we just got something from the Underdog saying that, you know, boom, boom. I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah, it all started clicking.
I'm like, Damon was the first person that told me that I'm going to do this. And he did it.
And it happened, yeah.
And that's why I don't care what nobody think, whatever. If Damon called me today, I'm going to answer the phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just that type of nigga. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a loyal nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, that was something that they didn't even have to do, you know? Or they could have just took the idea and just
ran with
just said, hey, let's reproduce this. And you know what I'm saying? Now I'm fighting it. Nah, you didn't really do that. We don't care. Like, niggas do that every day.
Right. Because you
know what I'm
also did it on their property.
Exactly.
It's not like it was in your computer. It was on the like.
Yeah.
Because this is a thing. So for them to you know, to stay solid in that type of situation, because you wouldn't have won that in court. You wouldn't have won that in court.
Here's the thing. You remember when I told you that sheet that everybody's supposed to sign?
You didn't sign it.
You didn't sign it.
That's the leverage.
I got you.
So, you know, because I didn't sign that sheet, I had a little bit more leverage. But at the same time,
You never needed it. Wasn't even a
Yeah.
question.
it ain't about that
they
because
didn't-
the relationship was
Yeah.
cool. And
Absolutely.
and that's why I like talking about experiences that happen like that as well as experiences that don't, you know what I'm saying?
sure.
Because it's like you have to let people know like this shit ain't always fire and it can always go however because they're the underdogs. It's they shit. So just like all these other artists that's getting fire overnight, they got the company. It's they shit. If they want to pay you $2 for the beat, do you want to go viral or not?
That
Take this $2 and shut the hell up or leave.
And was this your first placement?
That was my first placement like that. That was my first single. That was like my first big placement.
Okay.
I think my first placement was, my very first placement is not worth mentioning. My first placement that I would like to talk about is Bobby,
I would like to talk about
Bobby Valentino, Gangsta Love with my cousin Swift. And really my cousin Swift did the whole beat. He did it. I was working with him at the time. And you know, we were the band for Bobby Valentino, and Tim and Bob really took a liking to us and our music. And the shit that we was doing at the time just wasn't as fire as the shit that, you know, Swift did. Like, we had the musicality, but not the sonics and, like, you know, figuring out the mixing and shit. So, shout out to Swift on that. But, yeah, that was the first placement we did.
When was your first real check for a placement?
First real check was, I think I was still 17. Or I might have been 18. It was with... Billy Moss had gave me the check.
Billy Moss.
Yeah.
Billy Moss can
Shout out
find
my
a
guy
check.
Billy Moss. He gonna find that moolah.
Gonna find that money.
He gonna find some shit. You hear me? He I think it was Formula One was the group's name, and there was some beat I did at that studio, and you know, they liked it enough to pay for it. I think it was $2,500. I was like, ooh, I'm rich. I ain't never going back to doing nothing else. Y'all need some more?
Yeah. I got
know
like
what I'm
15 of these on this CD. If you
You hear me? Passing out CDs left and right.
Yeah.
You know, slossing, what we doing? But yeah, no, that was like the first real, you know what I'm saying? And that was like before I start going to Underdogs, you know what I'm saying? That was before I got signed to Warren. I got signed to Warren around like 19, something like that, 20. Then T.I signed me around like 23 or something after I did Take You Down, around like 23, something like that, 24. And then we started a production company together, and I moved to Atlanta to work with him.
So T.I signs you as a producer or as a writer?
Well, we started a production company together.
Okay.
So he wanted to produce, and my lawyer basically was like, "Yo, he needs like a Scott Storch to a Dr. Dre." I'm like, "Nigga, I'm both. Like, what are you?" He's 50 Cent, and I'm Scott Storch and Dr. Dre. But he had previously did beats. I just didn't know, and I wasn't aware of nothing. Like I just knew Rubber Band Man, so I wasn't like ever a Tip fan, none of the shit. So it was just like,
how did he find you? He just heard Take You Down and look.
We had the same attorney.
Gotcha.
So he was talking to my attorney. He was like, man, I need somebody that can, I'm trying to get back on the beats, and I need somebody that can help me, formulate the ideas. And he's like, yeah, I got Mars, boom, boom, boom. So we got on three-way, and he's like, yeah, man, hey, man, shit, man, privileged, you know what I'm saying? Shout it. When can you come out today?
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, man, I'm ready when you are. All right, shit, I'm gonna get the flight. I'll send it to you tonight. I'm like, oh, wait, no, not that fast. like maybe like 2 days. Like,
yeah, give me a couple days.
You know what I'm saying? Like, work on my ride situation. I had no car at the time. I remember I walked from my apartment to eat. I was on Magnolia. I walked up to the apartment and this nigga calling me. I'm on the three-way. Like,
so we're going to talk about that.
Yeah. What?
Because I'm a timeline guy, right?
Okay.
You just said you did Take You Down. Mm-hmm. Had other deals. Mm-hmm. When T.I called, you did not have a car though. Mm-mm. Just so, like you said, we're giving real information about how the music business works.
Absolutely. Sacrifice.
So, in all transparency, was it that you did not make money off of these things, or was it that you blew it?
Nah. So I had gotten in a car accident, and then after I got in a car accident, I was kind of like, trying to figure my shit out. I got to get rides, and you know what I'm saying.
So you had a couple dollars in.
Yeah, not enough to just go get a new car from an unprecedented accident.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I had enough money to pay my bills and stay afloat. So, so at that time, like I always like to say, sacrifice over security. It's easy to go. I could have went and got a bucket or do some shit, but I know that if I just keep doing what I'm doing, then something's gonna happen. Like, i.e., the call that I had. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So boom. So we had that call, and and then I fly out to go work with him, and that was like the first time that somebody actually paid me that much money, cash. You know what I'm saying? In my that was the first time I seen like somebody just take out their money like out their pocket, like, oh, here you go. You know what I'm saying? And I was like,
and that was for you to do the production team with him.
Yeah. That was like an advance towards any money that we would receive from our production team. So like, it was a short project, but we did like the LeBron James movie. We did some different franchise board, like just random shit. Young Joe. We did like,
we had a song on More Than a Game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we did like like 5 or 6 placements or something like that. And then they had the Scream tour. And me being, the workaholic and wanting to do all the shit, when I first get out there, he like, man, get whatever you want for, the studio. So I'm like, being modest, I'm like, all right, cool. Let's get this keyboard. This nigga bought everything. Full drum set. The shit that had the virus T.I, just because it say T.I on it, he bought the T.I. He bought everything.
It's gonna look good in the studio.
I'm looking at the exactly.
Yeah, it's gonna look good in the studio.
Oh man, you see my name?
Yeah,
right
you see what I'm doing.
I see the Jocko bass, bro. A replica of the Jocko. I'm just sitting there like, he like, you want that bass? I'm like, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like $12,000, $10,000, like crazy, something crazy. Like, you want that bass? I'm like, nah. We're about to leave. We walking out. The guy is like, hey man, where do you want your certificate of authentication? Like, what are you talking about? Like, for the Jocko. This nigga bought me a Jocko bass. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I've been around niggas since niggas been niggas.
Yeah.
And he don't know me from a man on the moon. This man this the first day that he sees the value in me. Mm-hmm. He knows I don't know none of his songs. We not friends at this point. We just meeting. Like, we about to do music and business together. Like, why are you doing this?
Southern hospitality, brother.
Fuck Southern hospitality. That shit was a start of a real bond and friendship and a relationship.
But I mean, when I say Southern hospitality, it's like, you find with guys like Tip, like the for some reason, that Southern bag is unlimited. When they get millions of dollars, that shit stretched down there like
because they literally turn warehouses into clubs in the middle of the South, and the niggas go get a honey bun for every hosting. And like, no, when they get it, they get it. Because, and plus, all those states connect.
They all connect.
They all connect. So it's like,
paper bags
and one
everywhere.
night you in Mississippi, Georgia,
the whole circuit.
And Tip was getting the real 6 figures every stop.
Facts.
But he saw him. He asked for you.
That's what I'm saying.
And he saw the value.
He immediately knew, I got to pour into this kid in order to get the most out of him for what we're trying to do together.
Yeah, yeah. And it's something I say to you all the time. And you say you say it about going where you're wanted.
Preach.
I think it's something people press.
Facts.
People press at things that aren't for them, or situations that aren't for them. Everybody isn't for everybody. That's in personal relationships, business relationships, romantic whatever it is. People are like, no, I just need to be with her. She don't really like you, dog.
Right. Read the room.
Read the goddamn room.
Like, she don't really like you.
Yeah.
And we got to look at business like that, too.
Right. Facts.
It's some people that see the value in you and are just like, you know what? He could use that.
Yeah.
She could use that. This is something that will help this thing grow.
Right.
Because this is a talented young man who he don't just want it just to look at it. He gonna play this.
Right, he gonna do something with that.
Facts.
So this 12,000,
nothing.
it don't mean nothing
in the grand scheme of motivation and morale.
Yes.
Exactly.
And I just think that's something that's very important. When you see somebody that you feel like you should invest in, you should invest in them. And we've done it plenty of times, and sometimes it comes back and sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
But I felt like this needed to be invested in, and hopefully for some of the people that don't even work with me anymore, hopefully I gave them a step up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Into what they're going to become. I always tell people, man, just if it don't work out, just come back and say thank you.
That's it.
Cause I'm gonna make my money.
Niggas is prideful, bro.
I've been able to make my money in this business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not asking you to come back and drop a 10 on me or something.
Right.
I'm just saying, when you see me in these streets and you are who I thought you would become, just say thanks.
And guess what? 80% of them niggas is not gonna say thanks. So what you have to do is have a podcast like R&B. And you have to say, you know what? I was the nigga that actually did X, Y, and Z. And
I mean, sometimes you have to do that. You do.
And it's not about like, you know, just like busting niggas out. Like, it ain't that vibe. It's like, you know, really telling the real stories of how people have became successful. Because what happens is, like, it's real bullies, bro, in the music industry. You know what I'm saying?
In life. Like, in business.
I'm saying, like, in music, like, it's real. It's like, okay, I know about this, but I can't say it because if I say it, niggas ain't gonna fuck with me. I'm gonna protect my shit.
Yeah.
But
because that person is connected to that many people.
Yeah, but it's like, if I know, then I'm a part of the problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather be the nigga that's Mars, that's gonna go left and say, hey, man, they in here motherfucking doing fucked up deals and they ain't gonna really give you no money and shit, man. They gonna make sure that, you know what I'm saying? I'm the nigga that's gonna tell the real shit, bro, because, like, when you get to the shit, then you fucked up and you got the bad contract and you like, wait, I thought Mars, didn't you, and wasn't this? And it's because the story is not told. They just assuming they're trying to put the pieces together from this Instagram to this Instagram to this Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
Since you was standing over there, it should be a cool place to go to.
I said that yesterday. I'm like, I'm in a room full of motherfuckers that like pink. And the nigga walk in like, hey, is this the pink room? Knowing I like blue, I'm just not gonna say nothing. Fuck no, nigga, I like blue. Yeah. This might be am I in the wrong room? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It needs to be more of that. And I think once somebody does it, like myself, then it starts being normal to be able to tell the real stories and the real truth behind things. Because
and normal for people not to just be able to do it.
Right, facts. Exactly.
Because
and that's
they
what
know
I'm saying.
the conversation come with that.
Exactly. And that's what I think will protect all of us.
Because we don't have a union, right? So
At all.
we have to be our own union in a sense of just saying, hey, heads up. I mean, it may be worth it to you. Just give you pros and cons, right? Because some things we've gone into knowing that, okay, this might be a little fucked up, but I need this to get from point B to C.
Exactly. Exactly.
But at least having the information and sharing that information
Exactly.
gives,
Because that's the
gives
thing.
all of us a head up.
Like
Heads up.
it's people that are, aspiring to be like us, better than us every day. So the only way they can do that, and that's why I love my bro Nipsey so much, because I was talking to Sasha and Amber about this the other day. I was like, all his interviews, he's giving information and he's telling you the names of the people. He's telling you the names of the book. This is how you know what the blueprint is. This is how you know where he was going. You know what I'm saying? And this is how you can live off of and apply things that, was applicable to his life, because he's literally telling you. So I think that's more important than, anybody else that's just doing records, and you don't know who the person is, how they became. Like, I want to be able to do records like that. I want to be able to, like contribute, because that's how I got into producing. I got into producing because I wasn't able to listen to other music. My dad is a bishop. My dad was a pastor at the time. So I could only listen to gospel music. And my cousin had I would ride with my cousin. He got neo soul, D'Angelo, like safe music. It's almost like churchy, but and I'm listening to Slum Village and Busta Rhymes and all the shit that I like Jay Dilla did. I was like, what the fuck is this? I'm looking at the credits, Jay Dilla. What the fuck? Jay Dilla. It was either Jay Dilla or Battle Cat, my whole high school, junior high school. And I was like, damn, I want to make people feel like how I feel. Like, this is crazy. Because all I wanted to do was go to the church and play the shit that. Then furthermore, the reason why, I don't want to say I got so fired. The reason why I felt like I was a lot more advanced than other people was because I thought that these niggas that was sampling was playing all the shit. I thought Timbaland was playing everything. I thought Jay Dilla was playing everything. I thought that was the bar.
So in your mind, you have to play everything.
You haven't heard, you don't know, you can't recall those records because you never heard those.
So
you ain't seen them make them or nothing.
Right. So here's where we share in learned creativity.
Exactly.
Because I use Timbaland as my foundation to learn how to really produce.
Wow.
So I would, on my 9 tracks on my PV-DPM-4, remake Timbaland records. And I didn't know those were samples. I don't know how he did those sounds. I didn't know where any of that shit came from. But I would just try to make the sound something close, whatever I had to do. And so that's how I learned how to, in a sense,
like sound design,
make samples within the music that I make.
Right.
Because I didn't start off sampling.
Yeah.
But then when I got my MPC, I was like, oh, shit. Been killing myself
the whole time. Taking 3 hours to do something that take 15 minutes.
Nigga, I bought a CD store going out of business. And it had boxes of CDs. It's just...
It's right. Heaven.
But the fact that y'all could create that is also something that has helped y'all in your careers.
Absolutely.
And that's, I think that's what that's
Once
what
again,
I'm saying.
taking the stairs.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you just felt, you didn't know. Like again, we didn't have the insight. We're not, we in the studio making the beat. You don't know how they creating the beat. Right. You don't know he sampled this and he used this record.
You don't know that Greg Feeling Games was in there.
Yeah, no.
I didn't have an on-call.
The best.
I didn't have an on-call guitar player.
Right.
So I had to learn guitar voicing so that when I played my nylon.
That was me.
You know what I'm saying?
The jazz guitar.
It sounded like a
real
guitar was there. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, you had to
the pitch bend,
system, all that.
Yep.
So it's, again, not taking the stairs. I mean, not taking the elevator. And we really took stairs.
No, facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Sometimes a sand dune. Trying to get up. God,
you keep sliding down the hill.
Yeah, you know that's whack. Well, I'm going to try it again.
I'm going to try it again.
No, that was crazy, man. But, it was essential, though.
Okay, when do you get to become a DJ? Because what? When do you get there? Because now you have such an understanding of music, and now you know how music flows. And becoming a DJ now is obviously, or is it as easy a transition as it is from coming from band production and all of that?
It was. It was a lot more easier than what I thought. The real thing that happened was I wanted to do it, and I didn't want to tell nobody because I don't like doing shit unless I can do it as best as I can do it.
Yeah.
So I practiced for like 5 years.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So I bought a CDJ around like maybe like 2014, 13, something like that. And I just had it in my house, and I fuck around every now and again. Not every day, but just every now and again. But I didn't get the concept of it. I just knew that I wanted to have it either as a sampling tool or to be able to incorporate my music or something, So I just had it. So I was fucking around. And then I started doing this thing on Sundays after church, which is funny. And I just started having like a gang of homegirls and homies come through. We just drinking, kicking it, smoking, making beats and all kind of shit. And then like one of those times, I'm like, let me just hook my shit up. So I hooked my shit up and just start fucking around. But fast forward to like maybe 3 or 4 years later, I'm fire now. And I know how to, I've already like been like, oh, let me take some of my musical compositions and put it in the DJ shit and scratch and like pitch shit up and chop shit up and use it in the beats. So I'm like doing all kind of, I'm like, oh shit, I'm in the studio by myself. Like, I won, I figured it out. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. I'm like, like, fuck. So then by that time, I'm like, well, shit, let me just start fucking around with records. So now quarantine has hit, and, niggas is like, hey, on Twitch. So I was on Twitch DJing, and people be like, oh, man, I seen you. Oh, thanks, man. I needed that. Boom, boom. I get off the Twitch, and I got like, $300 in my Cash App. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, the Twitch, I'm like, this is crazy. But then I'm looking at the Twitch, and it's like, you were live for 6 hours. Like, 6 hours? God damn, my back hurting and shit. You know what I'm saying? But
you're just having a good time, though.
That's when I realized that I really fucking love that shit. So, like, the informative and, how can I say, I like try to get the most information that I can. So I hit the best people I knew that DJ. So first I hit Battle Cat. Battle Cat came through. And once he came through and showed me, it changed my whole shit. I was like, oh, I can produce while I'm DJing.
No.
And that just changed my whole shit. So now I'm the drummer. I'm the musician. I could be the keyboard player. I could take the keys from this record, and because now it's about catalog and knowing as much music as possible.
Yeah.
So anything I hear, I'm like, okay, shit, I could put, damn, that Stevie Wonder, those strings from Village Ghetto Land would go crazy on this. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, now you're dissecting it as musical instruments opposed to just the songs and the
because
artists.
you couldn't isolate back in the days. Now, the isolation is crazy.
So, oh my God.
It's
so I was like,
crazy.
so after I learned that, I was like, I'm done. Like, I had DJ Artistic pull up, a couple other DJs, just to make sure I was doing doing my shit. And after that, it was a wrap. I called Dave and Buster's. Yo, I want to do a West Coast Wednesdays. I want to come up there and DJ.
I called Dave and Buster's. You just called up there?
I love Dave and Buster's, bro.
Nigga.
I fucking love Dave and
I
Buster's.
didn't know where that was going.
love Dave and
Because
Buster's.
it was like,
Nigga said, so first thing I did, called Dave and Buster's.
this was the perfect
What?
opportunity to DJ. You get to DJ around
What
people.
Dave and Buster's is this?
I'm just...
Which
Hear
one?
me out. The one in Hollywood.
In Hollywood?
The one in Hollywood. But hear me out. The first I had a meeting at Dave & Buster's just because I love Dave & Buster's and I was wanting to do something there. But, once I start DJing, I'm like, oh shit, this will be perfect. Like, I could DJ there just to, see what the fuck is going on before I start, hitting up these lounges and clubs
Gotcha.
and charging $1 million.
Cool testing ground. Yeah.
Because they're not here to see me anyway.
Yeah,
You're here to come have fun. And then if you hear something fire, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like the challenge. So boom, I hit them up. West Coast Wednesdays, I'm up there DJing. They made it work. And then we start just like getting so many motherfuckers that was just like, yo, So what are you gonna do next? And and now my regular life as MyGuyMars, or my great life as MyGuyMars, it's still moving, and I'm like trying to just be a DJ, and it's like, nigga, you got a session next Wednesday, and you may have to go out of town. You may have to go.
But you're chasing the passion.
Yeah, exactly.
Chasing the passion.
So I'm like, but I really love this shit. So realized I couldn't really do it, so I just started putting other people in position to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like Blast DJ, Crystal the DJ, different people like that. And that turned into like a great relationship to be able to have like all the Dave & Buster's locations in California. So I started curating talent for all 6 locations, like every week.
So you took over Dave & Buster's?
Yeah, for like 2 months. But the way that I did it though,
that's crazy,
was I would go on my live and I'd be like, yo, if you are a dope artist, a dope singer, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on my live right now. I want to hear what you got, boom, boom, boom. I can get you some food, pay you $250, and you could come perform at Dave & Buster's. So that was like something like people start, creating a following. People is hitting me up. The Orange County, hey, who is Taylor? She was amazing and da-da-da.
Yeah.
Or who is this person? Like, they came late and da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
They asking for drinks and they're outside smoking weed.
All that.
So it's like,
all
you get to experience, you know what I'm saying, like the whole shit, you know what I'm saying, and what comes with.
And you were given opportunity. Exactly.
So it was like, I'm not fucking up your opportunity. You take the opportunity, and you know what I'm saying? I'm not in San Diego. If you don't show up, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was dope because they gave me a platform to be able to extend the opportunities I already give. You know what I'm saying? But it was, a fire thing to be able to DJ and then still be able to transition. So when I worked with Brody, and he got his deal, and I started doing playing for him and musical director for him. My setup is I'm his DJ, so I have my DJ setup, my Rhodes, and the keyboard.
Nice.
So it's like I'm doing what I'm saying? It's like, so now it's a part of the experience, and me hearing things a certain way, I can execute it, opposed to just me being there just DJing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And not playing. So yeah.
All because your daddy told you to go play the organ while he sang Amazing Grace.
Probably.
This is what for sure though. That's what it all comes back to.
No facts.
As you're doing that, I'm watching you as a little kid.
Right.
Confused at first, and now you done
like,
figured it out.
What the fuck is this?
Controlling the church.
Yeah.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like all of these things, and we go back to it. Stop skipping steps.
Yeah.
Right.
These things will lead to other things.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And the more you put into it, the more it gives back to you.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? I preach this to my son. I mean, like me and him talk about it in his life and the things that he wants to do. I'm like, listen, just put the work in, but the specific work.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I
Has to be
mean?
intention
Because there is
behind
a thing called a hamster wheel, where you run in place.
Facts. I'm running.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fast as a motherfucker.
And there's a difference between an actual running a marathon and getting somewhere,
Right.
or being on this hamster wheel and going nowhere.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Work can be put in, but if you haven't identified, okay, I'm going to work at A, B, and C. This is going to get me to this step. Like life takes planning.
Right. Right.
Even on accident.
Facts.
Like
You gotta
life
be
takes,
prepared.
you gotta be
Exactly.
prepared for when that opportunity comes for you. So, or when you have that chance to say, you know what, I'm gonna call Dave & Buster's because I just like it. But then going and actually delivering something,
Right.
Because on the other side of that, you are of value to this place because now people are buying more little mini burgers.
Right.
Niggas is shooting more hoops,
Right.
Because they know that MyGuyMars has West Coast Wednesdays.
Yep.
And he's showing new talent. But then on the flip side of that, you're giving them an opportunity. So now
You're everything.
your reach is growing.
As you were introduced.
Facts.
As you were introduced.
Look.
You know what I mean?
I appreciate that, man. I just think, it's a lot of people that have been before us that we've taken on a lot of, great experiences, great memories, great traits from these people, and also the bad experiences we've been able to, navigate to where we know how to inform other people, whether you take it or not.
Yeah.
We could tell just, hey, the stove, I'm just letting you know the stove is hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As long as I can do that, I don't feel, as bad. And as long as I can give as much as I can give while I'm here, then I'm good. Because, I just want to die empty. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I want everything that I'm trying to do to be done. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the whole point. Like, my son is 5 years old, and, I say the people that I'm used to talking to the most are not here anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it starts it gives you more real perspective. You know what I'm saying? Of, like, what you're doing with your time. And I'd rather not just, come here and just be like, yeah, man, I'm, thanks, and we talk about all the shit, and not be able to give real information, real valuable information, and, as much as I can while I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's like the main thing is just like, yeah, I want to DJ. I want to sing. I want to write. I want to do all the shit I know I can do. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's people out here that's doing it way more terribly than it can be done.
Way worse than you. Way more terribly.
You know what I'm saying?
Way more terribly.
Yeah.
No, because that is something where I think for me and people were asking me about singing again, right? And
why again? What do you mean again?
Well, I guess I could say I've taken breaks, but I took a long break to focus on another part of my career and things that I wanted to develop as far as, just my mind and me being on the executive side. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't focus on being an artist at that time or doing songs. Not to the level I wanted to do them at.
Got you.
So, but I think, once Tank truly convinced me to get back into that space, I think the outlook I took on it was, I'll just create the music that I don't hear, that I would like to hear. Mm-hmm. Not even caring about whatever somebody else made or didn't make, and me feeling a way about or having an opinion about whatever they were making. I was just like, you know what? I would actually like to hear this song, even if it was on somebody else.
Right.
So, you know what? I'll sing it.
That's fire.
You know what I mean? And that was a big part of the motivation for me.
That's dope.
Is like, okay. And anything, you know what I mean? Okay, our podcast. A big part of our podcast is that we wanted to give something. We wanted to be an alternative to certain things.
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain about whatever other podcasts and what they say on there.
Right. Do our own shit.
It doesn't matter to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I actually salute them for going and doing the work. But on the R&B Money Podcast,
right.
Mm-hmm.
Our podcast is set a certain way. We're going to do a certain thing here. We're going to celebrate. We're going to give information. We're going to talk about the journey. Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk about the journey with people from different walks of life.
Right.
Yes, it's called the R&B Money Podcast. So as soon as you hear R&B, that's the first thing you're thinking. But me and this man are R&B.
I'm about to say, y'all niggas ain't gonna never not be here, right?
Yeah, we got right.
This is
There's enough R&B in it.
You know what I mean? So for us, I can interview anybody off the street if I want to.
Right, facts.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're gonna get back to the R&B within it.
Right.
But it's just creating things that we would like to see.
Yeah.
And that's truly, in my opinion, what God gave us.
Absolutely.
The gift to do that.
Absolutely.
Hey, I don't like that. Okay. I think I came up with an idea for the things I do like.
Yeah.
And maybe some more people will like it with me.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think you've done really well in that space. And even because Tank kind of touched on this earlier as far as your discography. Mm-hmm. Take You Down sounds nothing like Stronger.
Yeah.
Or Stronger sounds nothing like
Compton.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or Compton sounds nothing like What It Feels Like.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like those are energy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Facts.
None of these records sound alike. So to me, what I believe is that these are just records you liked and something you wanted to hear, and now people have taken to them.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
And you've created a career off of it.
And you you as you evolve, it's like you evolve into so many things to where there's no box. There's nothing that can hold you.
Yeah.
So from a creative standpoint, like you become limitless. You can walk in any room and fit in.
I mean, I think that comes with the intention as well, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you can intend on being the best pop producer and just stay in that lane. You know what I'm saying? I think my thing was, I've always been about the music, and the biggest ego is the song for me. So it's like, if I'm walking into a room to contribute something, I'm trying to do the best for the song. So it's not about
your signature.
Yeah. So I never thought of like doing a tag or none of that shit, because I want you to like the music before you like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you or like me for the music. You know what I'm saying? But that's what you're processing and getting first is the music. You're getting the emotion, the education, all of the things we were just talking about. You're getting all of that with what I'm putting into the music. So why would I take that away by saying, MyGuyMars on the beat, and then and take you down, come on. Like,
Is that the same MyGuyMars?
why?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, it's taken, from me, it was taken away from the song. So I never, like I said, I never even envisioned working with artists. I just envisioned making music. Then I started working with artists. It's like, okay, how can I make the best song? Not like, how can I make the world know it's me?
Yeah.
My thing was, I felt like it was a compliment if you didn't know it was me.
It's tailoring at an all-time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want it
at
to
a high
be,
level.
I didn't want.
No, that's
to,
his suit. You're making tailor-made clothes
Exactly.
for those particular artists, and
Exactly.
nobody should be able to wear that. You shouldn't
Exactly.
even be able to wear it.
Exactly. Exactly.
So on this path and of, you know, becoming a great producer, songwriter, DJ, artist, like what do you see next for you?
Well, I'm getting a little older, so now I'm more so.
We don't get old in
13.
music, bro.
Yeah,
We
I
don't
know,
get old in music,
but we
bro.
get old as performers. We get older
I
as
mean,
performers.
go put on a marshmallow helmet, man, and they'll never know how old you
They'll
are.
never know. They'll never know.
They'll never know.
At-
You know,
yeah,
I don't even know who Marshmallow is.
I was about to say,
I
at
know
that
his name.
point, I ain't even got to put
I've
the
seen
helmet
Me
on.
and him have probably been in the same room.
I've seen him.
Have
We
you?
just
Yes.
literally said that
No shit.
the
Y'all was talking
other
about that?
day.
Like,
we was literally, I was like, bro, he could have been at right next to me at Starbucks.
bro,
Like,
I
would
was
never know.
bowling one day
Yeah.
and saw Gene Simmons. And I was like, I was younger, right? And I was trying to put it two together. I'm like, he look familiar, but he don't. And then I'm like, well, maybe.
Can you stick your tongue out really quick so I can see?
Pause. No.
Well, that's how he was known.
No, man.
I'm sorry.
Nigga, stay trying to go viral,
It didn't
man. This nigga wild, bro.
You knew what I.
No, I didn't.
I'm out.
Let me out
Said
the
I'm
car,
out.
though.
I'm done.
Let me out the car, though.
Let me out, though.
I was thinking face paint.
Contract boy.
You know what I mean?
What Charles
I
White
was
say?
thinking-
Contract boy.
I was drinking face paint, man.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry.
But that character, right? Like
Hell no.
when I think about the group Kiss,
Yeah.
I think about the fact that it's ageless.
No facts.
Ageless.
Exactly.
We are the only people.
Man,
Uh-oh,
black
talk
people.
about it.
Yeah, come on, talk about it.
We are the
Come on.
only people that try to age out
Man,
our artists,
Right.
and our art.
right. While we got Charlie Wilson out here kicking niggas ass.
That's true.
Kicking
I dare
all
you to
their
get on the
ass.
show with him.
kicking our historical tunes off the radio, kicking our historical artists out of the venues. Why can Rolling Stone and why can all these
Yeah.
other guys come back and do arena and stadium tours,
Right.
and our guys can't?
Have you seen Boys to Men? They will kick your ass.
Fast,
It's- you
in
know,
the first 7 minutes.
But when you think about that, it's like, how many artists are still together though? As far as like bands and like those groups.
But
like,
what happens is that what
They had
happens
to
is
go
that
find something else.
What it dries up. it dries up, and so now they're forced to do whatever it is they have to do to survive, or do nothing at all.
I've known Boys to Men probably about 20 years now. If not 20 years, close to 20 years.
Yeah.
I was friends with them when it was dry.
It dried up for Boys to Men.
I watched Boys to Men sing Mama
in front of 400
people. Imagine seeing them sing the end of the road, the greatest R&B songs.
Talk the talk.
In front of a small club.
Talk the talk.
Because we felt as if they weren't who they were. That's crazy. And when I say we, I mean us.
Yeah, fact.
Our people feeling like they shouldn't be in those spaces. We've moved on to something different that we want to sing and dance to. No, champ. But I've also watched them now get back to the Hollywood Bowl. Now get back to crypto. Now get back to the Forum.
All overseas.
Around, you know what I'm saying? Because they did not stop.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
But some people don't, they just don't have it in them to fight that good fight all the way through.
Yeah.
Right. This is true.
And they deserve more.
They
deserve better.
We gotta really still support, and that's another reason why we're here.
But
This is
to
cultural
make
for
sure
us.
that those flowers and people you don't forget.
Right.
Like, you need to know who wrote Ghostbusters.
Right.
You need to know that.
Right. I just went and sat with Ray Parker Jr. He still got records. He just played me
Mayor
records.
Ray can. His
Come
studio is one of my favorite studios.
Come on, bro. You should see the studio he got now. Insane. But even going, us having Parks that from commission come on here.
Right.
I guarantee you he got some hit records still.
Absolutely.
Tap in.
Yeah.
What do you think the disconnect is?
That there's never been an R&B Money podcast. I pray and hope that this brings
light to
what people do. I really hope and pray that.
Who's assuming the responsibility?
That's what I'm asking.
And like you said, we're trying to assume that responsibility.
But I mean,
trying
as not just a platform in this space, but as we grow our platform into other spaces,
right.
Our responsibility is going to be to highlight the things that are great about us then and now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and everybody we've lost a lot of our platform. Like, we lost our Arsenio Hall. We lost all these things. Where are they now? Where is our platform where we can go?
Right.
That's real.
I used to go home and wait for 106 in Park to come on.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? I used to beg, but then I begged my mom when I was little to watch Arsenio Hall.
Soul Train.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we had these spaces, and now they're just far and few. And we're trying. I mean, that's really like it's funny because people see things and I'm like, oh yeah, no, y'all cracking. It took a minute to get here, and we still aren't at the level that we want to get to. Right. We're still working, and this is still a labor of love for us.
Yeah.
Can we keep the lights on? But the R&B Money Podcast does not keep the R&B Money Podcast lights on.
Right. I understand that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, we're fully invested.
Right.
So that's why it's funny with me when I see the people, well, y'all should have such and such on there. I probably called them.
Well, you should invest.
You know what I'm saying?
Sound like you want to be an investor.
But not even about being an investor. But in this space too, it's a very humbling space.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's a very humbling space.
Exactly.
Because there are a lot of people who want to come on, but there are also people who are still scared of media.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. They ain't even ready for it.
And maybe they haven't watched enough.
Know if it's going to take a turn.
They haven't watched enough of our episodes to understand this is a safe place.
Right.
And I respect that. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to badger you. I would love for such and such to come on here too.
Right.
So it's like, oh, well, why? They ain't like, maybe they might be coming. You know, hopefully some of their management will allow them.
Right.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Like he's saying some shit, boy.
You know
Talk
what I mean?
about it.
It's that too.
well,
You know what I mean? You know, listen. Listen,
we'll get there. The platform is it's growing. It's growing.
Yeah. Like Jimmy Kimmel ain't gonna let all y'all on there.
You goddamn right, Aint.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Come to R&B Money.
We done been on Jimmy. We done been on Jimmy a plethora of times. I know Jimmy by first name basis.
I know Jimmy by first name, baby. Jimmy, let my man do something on. Come on.
Yeah, man. This is really a cultural thing for us, man, and we're trying to put that in a space where somebody can see what my guy Mars really looks like.
Yeah.
Right.
What James Fauntleroy really looks like.
Yeah.
Right.
What Harold Lilly really looks like.
Yeah.
My God.
What Tiffany Fred really looks like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and somebody in a different space can understand who the fuck Robert Glasper is.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That is what this is about. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna and we don't plan on quitting no time soon either.
You hear me?
You know what I mean? Like we gonna do our thing for a minute. That's how we look until it ain't fun no more. Right now we having a great fucking time.
Amen. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
What you got going on there? Over there,
he
Tank?
going.
Oh shit!
He going.
I knew it was about to happen. Oh shit!
This is my ministry of music.
You hear me? Okay.
Brother Mars, my guy Mars. In your journeys through the galaxies, you've heard some music.
Yes.
You've made some music.
Yes.
All timers.
Talk about it.
You've gotten stronger.
You've gotten stronger.
Yeah.
We want to know. From all this music,
Uh-oh. Where we going?
what's your top 5?
Yeah.
Your top 5. Top 5.
Yeah.
Your top 5.
What are they?
R&B singers. R&B songs. We wanna know.
Come on.
We know you know.
Yeah, you know.
The galaxy has shown. My guy Mars. Yeah, your top 5. Yes. Rah, rah, rah. Your top 5. Your top 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
You hear me? You understand me? Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Before you say your top 5 though, let's shout out the merch.
Oh, love.
You know what I mean? Because I know they've been paying attention to it. They've been seeing it.
That's all.
Come
I
on, man.
Listen, but
Listen. We are celebrating business on here.
Yes, sir.
Get to the site.
Come on.
Their
Come on.
site.
Yeah, it's in my bio, or MyGuyMars.com, but it's in my bio on Instagram, MyGuyMars.
Okay.
We got merch. We got candles. Oh yeah. Okay, let me tell you about this. So I got a candle.
Oh yeah.
I got a candle. We got the regular candle, and then I have a sound sync candle. Sound sync candle comes with a QR code, and I produce music exclusively for that candle that only 50 people will get.
Come on, exclusivity.
You better stop with
So
you.
Yeah.
that's loveflames.co. And then I have some wine, a wine line I just started as well, and that's wineandvibe.com.
So do you be in your backyard stepping on grapes and shit? Is this?
No, but I am going to go to a vineyard very soon. I'm not like a foot.
Never with my feet out.
I'm straight.
All right, my guy Mars.
Yes, sir.
Your top 5
Top
R&B
5.
singers.
Top 5 R&B
Yeah.
singers.
Yeah, them vocals.
Okay. Just singing.
Just singing.
I'm going Charlie Wilson.
Come on.
I'm going I'm going. I think it's like a Usher Mario somewhere up there.
Yeah,
you call both if you want. What you making? You making them tied for one, or you would?
Yeah, I might have to tie for one.
Usher Mario time.
Yeah, Mario Raymond.
You said Mario Raymond.
Okay.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah. And then we're gonna go. I'm gonna go Ty. Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah.
He's so cold.
Yeah. I like it.
That nigga cold. That nigga's cold.
I'm gonna go. I gotta put Cuz in the vibe. I gotta put Tank in the vibe. That's crazy.
Cuz is in the vibe.
You hear me?
You in there, cuz.
Tank is in the vibe.
You in there, cuz. You got your blue sweatsuit on the
Man,
blue
that's
couch.
try to-
The Lord too.
Yeah, I try to hold shit in
you
the
hear
Lord.
you.
Everything.
Yeah.
The couch. The
Sergio.
suit.
I know who it is.
You know who
I
he-
know who Sergio
you know who he is,
You know what I
right?
mean? It's a T on there.
It's
but
a
y'all
T
not-
on-
But it's Sergio. Yeah.
That ain't no Toomey suit.
No, that ain't no two.
Oh, shit. They make, I need one of them to travel
Toomey or
in.
Timu.
Hey.
Tubi.
It might be Tubi. I think I got a Tubi sweatsuit on.
I think I was on a movie.
Oh, shit.
On Tubi. We got to call these people.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah. I know
That's
what you're talking about.
That's four. Thank you for the blessing, my brother. And the who's five?
Five.
Who's
I'm gonna go R&B. Greatest vocal. You know what? This is gonna be just my personal one of my personal favorites.
Yeah.
I know they know what I'm about to say. I'm going Michael McDonald.
What do you mean?
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm just
Nigga.
saying. I don't think that would be expected.
Nigga.
So I think that's
But it's
Great
a
place.
cold pick.
Cole.
yeah.
No, I'm rolling.
Oh, I love Michael McDonald.
You hear me?
Yeah, I'm rolling.
Love Michael McDonald.
I wanted to like have him like sing at my wedding or something, but this have taking too long. I don't know what to.
The girl?
Yeah, I ain't met her yet. If I have, she ain't told me that she my wife or something.
What do you
I'm thinking about let's just do a party and just have McDonald's. Michael McDonald just.
Where are you, lady? Woman?
It might be too late.
How do you call Michael McDonald just to sing at a party?
Have some money.
You know what's crazy?
yeah.
What's crazy is
I got
that
R&B
like
money. What you talking about?
Yeah, I
got R&B Money.
guys is just like sometimes guys are just like
No,
hoping for a call.
Right.
Oh, sure, I'd love to.
Right.
Yeah, where are we going?
Facts.
That's crazy.
Oh, God. I'd love to,
I
man.
need the Yamo beat.
I made the
I love you
Yamo
guys,
be
man.
there.
I love you guys. Mars, your top 5 R&B songs.
Top 5 R&B songs. Take You Down is up there for sure.
Why
Come on,
not?
put your record there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Human Nature.
Ooh. I know you can play that too. I know you can play that.
I've had to. I don't want you to put me on the spot.
No, because I'm looking at it in my head and I'm just like, I wonder what that is because I wanted to go to it, but I would royally fuck it up right now. But you go.
We probably both would, but I would figure it out on camera real quick. Let me see. I'm gonna go with. It got to be a Babyface song, probably Whip Appeal.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever you want. It's all right with me.
Yeah. This is a nice playlist
So
you
whip
putting
it
together.
on me.
Yeah.
I might go Pretty Brown Eyes.
Ah.
Mint Condition. Yes. And then I might close it off with either. I'm gonna close it off with either Lady or How Does It Feel by D'Angelo. I'm gonna tie for either one of those.
I like it.
I don't think D'Angelo's catalog is talked about enough.
Not at all.
Yeah.
It's not talked about. What he did, of course, absolutely. What he did is just undoable right? Let's start there. And then you start adding Raphael Sadiq to the mix, and it just gets wrong.
Yeah, very aggressive. Very aggressive.
Wrong.
Okay, 1 second.
Okay.
I have to say this.
Yeah.
You just brought something up. Remember I told you about the Jocko bass?
Yes.
Boom. So I go to Raphael Sadiq's studio one day, and he gives me some chocolate Thai weed or something that was like, this was before I had my own weed. I didn't know, I was just smoking. Got extremely high. Now, this is the story I tell my friends because this is what I remember. I remember being high and going to my car to get my bass so Raphael Sadiq can sign my Jocko.
Yeah.
All I know is I woke up the next day without my bass. And ever since, I've been trying to call Raphael Sadiq to tell him to give me my damn bass. And you know what happens? The people I know that's working with him, I'm like, yo, you seen Ray lately? Not like I'm looking for him, but they'll say something to me like, oh, I was just with Ray. Like, oh, did you see a Jocko over there? I was like, oh, do it got gold on? Yes. Yeah, it's still over there.
But what people don't understand is that he has so many instruments
Raphael
over there too.
Sadiq,
Yeah.
you only have one Jocko
But he only got
bass.
one of those. I tried to get him out. I tried to get Ray out.
I went.
Belongs to me.
I went as the nigga I am and took all the original parts off like you're not supposed to do, and went to some person and just because I had a little chain and I wanted everything gold, so everything is gold.
So it's completely
That one
custom.
gold Jocko, Raphael Sadiq. I'm coming to get it. You're my guy.
And he still got to sign it for you.
Absolutely.
How many years ago was this?
This was when he was rehearsing with D'Angelo, Charlie Burrell. This had to be like they was about to do a show at like a House of Blues or something. This probably was like
It's a long time ago.
I'm about to say because House of Blues they don't have that anymore
like
here.
Like around that area. Yeah, all them years, that bass been sitting over there, and I want it. It's mine. Why would I not want it? I want it. So thank you in advance, my guy, and then we can write some records with it and all that shit too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, nigga, that's great.
That's really why you're here at the R&B Money Podcast, to find your bass. That's why you get.
All this other shit was cool.
He's like, he ain't picking up my car. I'm pretty sure the nigga watched the R&B Money Podcast.
I get the message to you.
You know what I mean?
My guy Mars, we're gonna make a Voltron. We're gonna make your super artists, your super R&B artists. We need you to get the vocal from somebody, the performance style from somebody, the styling from somebody, the heart, the passion of the artist for somebody, and who's going to produce for this artist. We got to add that for you. You get a wrinkle. So in making your super R&B artist, what's vocal you going to get for that super R&B artist?
Currently,
It's up to you.
All time.
Don't
Whoever you want.
All
Like
time.
You building it.
I'm gonna go with. I'm probably going with Marvin. I'm gonna go with Marvin Gaye.
Yeah. Great choice.
Great vocal.
Yeah.
All time vocal.
Tone, like
Everything.
I could do whatever.
He can do whatever
Ups,
he wants
mids,
to do.
balance, everything.
Performance style
Performance style
on stage.
is going to be it's between Mike and Prince. I'm probably gonna go Mike. I always choose Prince over Mike, but in this style, fashion, and performance, I'm going Mike. I'm doing Penny Loafers, the vibe.
Oh, you doing styling and performance
That's
style.
what you said, right? Style?
No,
Oh, performance
performance.
style. Okay, got you. Yeah, performance. Performance. I'm going Prince.
Performance Prince, style, Mike.
Styling Mike.
Yeah,
It's nice. That's nice.
I ain't wearing no high heels.
You want to put some actual pants on this nigga. Okay.
and some loafers,
And some loafers.
not high heels.
Yeah. Shiny socks. Shiny socks.
Shiny socks. You got a shiny sock. I got shiny socks.
They got a
over there.
glitter.
Jeweled.
They got a
I keep
glitter.
shiny
They
socks.
got a glitter.
The heart, the passion of the artist. Who mean it?
The passion of the artist.
Yeah.
That would have to be somebody that has been. Charlie Wilson.
All the passion in the world.
Yeah, he's yeah. It would either be Charlie Wilson or Stevie Wonder, because I mean, how like I don't even understand.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
You know,
who's producing for this artist?
It's either me with some people.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Like a Quincy Battlecat Mars thing.
Ugh.
Or
Yeah.
Or like all-time producer for that artist.
You gonna name somebody better than that combo you just named?
Yeah, that combo was crazy.
Me.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, it was a trick question, really.
Yeah, it was.
It was a layup for you, bro.
Of course. Yeah. No, yeah.
Let's see.
What else she got over there?
Can't let him leave just yet.
Yeah. Listen, you watch the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I ain't saying no names. I ain't saying no names.
Yeah.
I ain't saying no names. I ain't saying no names. Where you was? Who you with? What you did? Don't say shit. I ain't saying no names.
Yeah. Oh, you buff ass nigga.
We got this podcast just to show off. What? Goodness gracious.
They got furniture moving and everything in here, man. God damn. So yeah, you know where we at. You know where we at, man.
Yeah.
You know where we at, man.
Yeah, man.
We at the I ain't saying no name segment of the show. Very important.
No, you didn't sing.
Yeah. I know you didn't sing it. Sing it.
I ain't saying no name.
Right? So, right now, tell us a story. Funny or fucked up, or funny and fucked up. You travel Mars. It could be your guy, or it could not be your guy or girl. That this happened with. You know what I mean? The only rule to this game is you can't say no names. That's all we have.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Some fucked up shit.
Just shoot.
If you would like. If you would like.
That's what I would like.
You know what I mean?
The first thing that comes to my mind is this session I had with this peculiar individual. And
Yeah, you definitely been hanging out with T.I.
this peculiar. No, I'm not really hanging. Not hanging. I'll be watching a lot of this shit. No, he was really peculiar. I mean, Marvin Gaye. Ain't that peculiar?
No, I'm talking about the verse.
Just saying, I heard it from Marvin first. But anyway, no, it was a peculiar individual because I can't say their name.
No.
And it was a peculiar session because the individual wanted me to work with somebody else, and the combo was crazy. So I was in there working, and we're doing a remix for a song. And while we're doing the song, the person that I'm working with, it's two producers. It's me and somebody else. And the person that I'm working with, he is programming the drums and stuff. So he programs the 808s, and I'm like, they not really pitched, they not really in key. You know what I'm saying? You should just have me do it on the, on the keyboard, and I can make it like an 808. He's like, man, it's just this sound fire, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, all right, cool. Excuse me. So the dude comes in. He's like, yo, let me hear what y'all work on. And we played the song, and he's like, bobbing to it. And then we turn the beat off, and he turned the beat off. He's like, yeah, this is fire. It's just the 808s is just out of tune. I look at this nigga and he oh man. He was like, I mean, I like it. It's hip hop, but he was like, I'm gonna just send it to my 808. Let me think of the right word. He said, I'm gonna send this to my 808 tuner. And I was like, and this was Mars back in the day. I was a lot less filtered and not as slow to speak. I mean, not, you know.
Yeah.
So he's like, you know, this is a very expensive conversation. Like, these are elite people. Right. I'm just in here. And I'm like, yo, why you want to send it to your 808 tuner if you got an 808 tuner right here? And he was like, well, if I have an 808 tuner right here, why aren't the 808s tuned? And I just wanted to be like, because you're an asshole, but I didn't say it. And that was like the end of me. I just melted after that. I was like, maybe I should not say shit to people I should say shit to. And that was the first time I like really got sunned like in front of everybody. I didn't care, but
the person said that.
The person whose song it was.
Whose song it was.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah. He's like.
So it's almost like you should have caught that. And,
which I did.
And you did. But he's not acknowledging. The producer's not acknowledging.
No, he's not like, you know what Mars did say, boo.
Yeah.
Oh, he's sick.
I'm like, all right. Just melt it and just, all right, I'm going to send this to your 808 tuner right now. Huh? I'm going to track up the beats. Like, all right, cool. And then from that moment on, I knew just, you know, if it's my session, then I can like say the things that I'm thinking about. But you know, if you're not asking, you got it, champ.
You better than me.
Yeah,
I told that nigga.
I told niggas to tune them damn 808s. Well, you know what? We should tune this nigga up.
You know what I'm saying?
Super pause. But yeah.
Okay.
No, where I'm from, tune me beat him.
Yeah, no, yeah. Just for, you know, we in Hollywood, just for y'all out there, just, you know.
I sure would have. This mother.
Because that was crazy.
These trashy, out of tune 808s, and I've heard so many. So when you said that, my skin started crawling because nothing irks me more than an out of tune 808. And there are hit records, with out of tune,
for sure,
808s. And when I hear that shit in the club, I was like, Jesus Christ!
But I'm also trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out what level you got to be on to have an 808 tuner. I haven't achieved that level yet. Or maybe I should just go find one.
You gotta be the laziest.
It gotta be a part of my flaws.
You gotta be the laziest. Listen, this is what an 808 tuner is equivalent to. Yeah, he pulls the grapes off the stems for me. That's the equivalent of an 808 tuner.
A grape puller.
A grape puller.
Cause that's just like one.
That's how we get the best wine.
That's how we get the best.
We need him to survive.
Yeah, you know, he pulls it for me and then I eat it. You pause. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the equivalent. That's how ridiculous that is.
Yeah, it is.
That it's not tuned because all you have to do is this or that.
Yeah. Hey man, this is a business full of flaws.
Man,
I'm sure when he said it was a flaw.
Oh my God.
808
yes, it was.
tuner.
And he was wearing a tuxedo just to add insult to injury. And a cummerbund. The artist.
The artist? On purpose? Or did he have somewhere on purpose?
Did he have somewhere to go?
He just came back from somewhere.
He came from somewhere, man.
He had that on when I said
that. He had that on when he said that.
He had it on.
He had it on at the beginning of the session.
Yeah.
And he left. And he came back with the same tuxedo on. He had this tuxedo on all day. That was his vibe.
He had business. He had big business, man. I know.
That 808 tune just bothered
808
me.
business.
That bothered me.
Yeah, 808 business.
That bothered me.
So yeah, it's people getting paid to tune 808s out here. So, you know, you never know.
Hey, listen, if y'all are paying top dollar to tune 808s, I'm your guy. I ain't gonna pull your grapes, pause. But I tune your 808s if you need. I got all the stuff you need. Tune 808. We got some new 808s for you. Mars, my guy. Man, thank you, brother.
Yes.
I know we've been talking about doing this for a minute, man.
No, for real. I appreciate you.
We had to make sure, bro.
You
I know I've been banging on y'all for a minute.
Listen, you family. Come on, man. Yeah,
it's all love.
You belong up here.
Love, man. I appreciate
your information and what you continue to contribute to this thing man, people got to know that. People got to know who you are and what this is.
And this, you know, this is a beautiful thing what y'all doing, and I'm just glad, you know, the narrative is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like the format, you know, it's fun, you know, it's informative. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that our culture needs.
Yes,
so,
sir.
you know.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all for real.
Nah, we appreciate you, man.
Flowers and all, man. That's what we do.
Yes, sir.
And then you know, eventually when you get around to it, you know, maybe you'll produce some music for us.
Man, come on to the studio, stop playing.
Now that you know, you've been on the pod.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
We up one.
Yeah, we up one. Come on, man, up the score.
You know, players don't keep score. I'm just throwing it out there. You know,
I ain't playing right now.
Yeah, you playing. We up one. You know what I'm saying? So
I got you.
Need that hit, baby.
That's an easy
That's
call,
what you do.
man. Easy call.
My name is Tank.
I'm J Valentine.
And this is the R&B Money Podcast, the authority on all things R&B.
Yes, sir.
And my guy's better than your guy.
You hear me?
MyGuyMars. Yeah.
R&B